of the morning to you. And my name is Ekene Zipwe, and your darling voice on 93.7 Citizen FM right here in the city center of Abuja. And we want to welcome you most profoundly for being part of this great outing, part of our outing this morning. And it's actually a pretty morning and pretty weekend, the beginning and the first day of the weekend, and a lot of people look forward to it. Why do you think a lot of people look forward to Friday? Why? Simply because it's a day that they look forward to having that desired rest that your soul really need. Right now, you can be able to freshen up and then plan ahead for next week, starting by Monday. Right, that's how far we can go on how important it is for you to observe a proper rest, because it will relax your nerves and every part of your body and gets you prepared for the task ahead coming next week. All right, but enough of next week. Let's wrap up the week properly. on the show this morning, and we'll be starting the show properly from on our newspaper review segment to extract some of the headlining stories making headline this morning on our national daily. And we are going to be starting from penpushing.com.ng, a renowned online news outlets right there that you really need to take advantage of to get all your dependable news stories. Right? If it's coming from pen pushing, simply means it's a reliable story. Now let's get to it. It says this first headline on penpushing.com.ng this morning says Nigerian lawmaker Olowookere marks 100 day in office, empowers constituents. Right, this sounds like a good story. Of course, it's actually a very good story. Now, the first paragraph of that story says the member of the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Olowookere, representing Abuja South Federal Constituency, has empowered over 300 constituents to commemorate his 100 days in office. Yeah, it's actually a very good thing, and we look forward to having a lot of our legislators following suits to make sure that they bring down the sufferings of our people. And then another thing to what Afakbe just did is something that has to do with moral boost. Like you need to boost, the people's morale. Just have a way of making them to have some hope. Of course, there is something for you. There's something to live for, right? And that's what this honorable member of the Federal House of Assembly, Honorable Afolabi, just did. All right, now we move away from that story and head straight to another headlining story again, right there from penpushing.com.ng this morning. Let's extract more. Remember, Pen Pushing is actually an online news outlet that you can get your dependable news from. Now, this one says court sends 26 internet fraudsters to prison in Benin City. All right, not a good story, but let's see what the first paragraph of that story it's saying this morning. It says the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has secured the conviction and sentencing of 26 internet fraudsters before Justice Efe Ikpoba of the Edo State High Court, Benin City, having been arraigned separately on one count charge of unlawful possession of fraudulent documents by Benin Zonal Command of the Commission. Right now, what does this tell us? It's actually reminding the youths that the gates of prison is actually wide open. So you have to make a decision. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in prison? No. That's a big no. All right. Then how do you avoid it? By avoiding so many social vices staring you in the face. Stay away from it. You have a lot of positive things to lay your hands on. You can do a lot with your brains, with your hands, with your legs too. Of course, when I say with your legs, you understand where I'm going. So we have athletes that feed from their legs. When I say feed from their legs, I actually know what I mean. I mean sprinters. They've gone to Olympics. They've been named for themselves through their legs. So you can do a lot with your head, you can do a lot with your hands, and you can do a lot with your legs. Start from that thing that you know that when you do it, it gives you joy. So from there, you monetize and keep doing it and keep doing it. You can only get better, all right? Let the doors of the prison be shut against our youths, all right? And that's how far we can go on that particular story. Now, remember that we are still on penpushing.com.ng, where we are extracting some of the headlining stories for you. Now, this one says Tinubu appoints new leadership for federal parastatals agencies. All right, let's see. It says the Nigeria's president, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has approved the appointment of 8 new chief executive officers for parastatals and agencies under the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, with a task to innovate and create new opportunities for Nigerians to leverage upon through effective reforms. All right, this is actually a good one. Now, any business that is pending in the agencies, parastatals, begins or starts running from now, because there are leadership now. So no matter, you can actually work, or the agencies and parastatals can actually work maximally, because there is a leadership in place at the moment. So no more excuses, all right? There are people piloting the affairs of these parastatals and agencies now, so you can go out there and take advantage, and we want them to hit the ground running. Let's see something different for what we used to see from the past administration, all right? We want everybody that is saddled with the responsibility of discharging one duty or the other in our national lives to hit the ground running, all right? Start doing those things that will move Nigeria forward, all right? Don't hesitate. We don't need hesitation any further, all right? No excuses. All right, now, welcome to the new leadership in the federal parastatals and agencies. All right, now let's move away, but still remember that is still on, well, we're still on penpushing.com.ng this morning. And let's get this one that says Governor Abiodun approves upgrade of 230 civil servants. All right, let's see what that story is saying. And now the first paragraph of that story says the Ogun State Governor Prince Dakpo Abiodun has approved the release of letters to over 230 successful serving officers who sat for the 2021 and 2022 upgrading examination and were successful in extended interviews into higher cadres from the various ministries, departments, and agencies. All right, in the service. All right, that's how far we can go. And of course, I want to say this shortly, maybe just for people that cares to know, when you get a new upgrade wherever you're working, it means new responsibilities. So it's not going to be like where you're coming from. So you have to get some new experience that will make you to fit in into that new office you are occupying. So upgrade means new ways of doing things. So bring that experience that you've gathered over the years to bear, and let's move our country forward. Always have Nigeria at the back of your mind, wherever you are or whatever office you're occupying. Now, let's move away from penpushing.com.ng and head straight to all the national dailies and make more further sense from it. Now, let's go on a short break. When we return, it's still Super Citizen and Sunrise. My name is Ekene Ezeboe. Please stay. All right, we're right back. Now it's still your darling station, 93.7 Citizen FM, right here in the city center of Abuja. All right, now we are going straight to the Punch newspaper this morning to extract more for your listening pleasure. And on the Punch newspaper, we have this one conspicuously staring us in the face. It says it's on fuel scarcity. It says NMPC marketers disagree oversupply as queue spread. Wow, okay. I think I witnessed it this morning too. So let's see what the first paragraph of that story is saying. It says there was a disagreement between oil marketers and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Thursday over the supply of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, as queues by motorists for the commodity in filling station grew worse. Okay. Okay, that's what caused it. Okay, now you know, in case you are witnessing any queue in any filling station in the Federal Capital Territory, you know that there was a disagreement yesterday between the NMPCL and the marketers. Right now, in case you don't know, maybe you're still trying to board your car or somewhere. Try as much as you can to know to have it at the back of your mind that there are a little bit of scarcity of petrol in town. All right. Okay. Now let's move away from that story and head straight to this one that says Supreme Court begins articles appeal against Tinubu Monday. Okay, Supreme Court begins articles appeal against Tinubu Monday. All right, let's see what's the first paragraph of that story is saying. It says that the legal battle to unseat President Bola Tinubu will continue at the Supreme Court on Monday as the Apex Court has listed for hearing the election petition appeal filed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the People's Democratic Party standard bearer in the February presidential poll. Right? Let's see how it goes. The case in the court, so we can't say anything further. as regards to this. Now, this one is saying, okay, can we really talk about this? Okay, let's just stay away from it. We have our own issues on our hands, so we can't really delve into foreign scene at the moment because we want looking words mostly. Right now, this one on it says Okada riders shunned government's ban, return to restricted Lagos road. All right, let's see what the first paragraph of that story is saying. It says the commercial motorcyclists have returned fully to the major road around Ojodu-Bega area of Lagos State, despite the route is one of those the state government has placed a ban on their activities. Okay, now when there is a government in town, you have to obey. A lawless state simply means a very dangerous state. So you can't live lawlessly. If government or the authority in place says avoid this, please do avoid that. To avoid facing or maybe getting into trouble, or maybe who knows. Let me not just go to that side. Let me just leave it at that. Now, but just obey the law, okay? Now, this one says Nigeria, EU sign over 900 million pounds agreements for development projects. Okay, let's see what this project is all about. You have the first paragraph of that story will unveil it to us. It says that Nigeria and the European Union on Thursday signed finance agreement worth over 900 million euro for development projects. 900 million euro for development projects. Okay, what are these development projects? Let's see if okay, the agreements were signed at the EU-Nigeria Strategic Dialogue in Abuja. All right, but just know that it's right there on the Punch newspaper, so you can visit any newsstand closest to you and do just further justice to that story. All right, that's how far we can go, so we can accommodate more national dailies on the morning show this morning. Now we have this that says pupils battle leaking roofs, reptiles in Ogun Public School. This is not so good. This is not a good story. Another one is if there is government in place, please let the people feel the impact. Please. All right, now this one is saying some parents in the Ayatoro Mako community in the Shagamu West local government area of Ogun State have bemoaned the deplorable condition and poor facilities at the only public primary school situated in the area. Remember, the community is the Shagamu Mako Ayatoro Mako community in the Shagamu West local government area of Ogun State. They have where the pupils are battling and struggling with leaking roofs, reptiles in Ogun Public School. So, government, please let us feel your impact, mostly in these grassroots areas. There's a lot, and I still want to call the attention of the Honorable Minister of the FCT. Yes, of course, there's a lot of development in the city center of Abuja. Please try as much as you can to look at satellite towns. Yeah, please. There's a lot that we feel like everything starts and stops in the city centers, but it's not true. Yeah, let the development go into the grassroots. Take it to the grassroots, both in the states. Take developments to grassroots, those places that people... In fact, that's where your impact as government will be felt mostly, because if you take it there, where people feel like government eyes can't reach, you take development there, you will see the smiles on those people's faces. You will know that, and it gives a kind of a fulfillment. That's another angle to it. Please, let the people feel the presence of governance. Please. All right, now let's leave the story at that. Head straight to another headline in story right there. Remember that we're still reading from the Punch newspaper this morning, and we have this one that says Nigeria's exports to Angola hits $16.8 million in 3 years. Nigeria's export to Angola hits $16.8 million in 3 years. Okay, now the question will be, what are we exporting there? Food. Okay, we can export food, but let's just see what the first paragraph of that story. I really want to know what we are actually exporting. Of course, when I hear something that has to do with exportation, I feel like, okay, maybe we are getting there gradually. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see us producing things, not just agricultural things. I want to see us start exporting a lot of things from the across board. Just to show and to stabilize the naira. Let's stabilize the naira. We want to see more of Nigerian products being shipped outside the shores of the nation. All right, that's how to attract foreign currency and then stabilize the naira properly. Now, and let's leave it at that. And okay, I think I've not been able to read the first paragraph, but let me just glance through it a little bit. It says Nigeria's exports to Angola hit 16 between 2020 and 2022. The Secretary of State for International Cooperation and Angola Communities, Domingos Lopez, said. Okay. Now we need more of this. I can't read further to further know if it has to do with agricultural produce or something. But if you're more interested in that story, because I am interested in that story, try and visit any newsstand closest to you. We are reading it out from Punch newspaper this morning, and then that's how far we can go on the Punch newspaper. Let's head straight to the Vanguard newspaper this morning to extract more headlining stories right there. It says the FG labor deal under threat. NLC accuses Lalong of violation. Okay, let's see. We just have to get out of this particular point. Let this agreement be reached. All right. Yeah, we want to see this agreement reached so that we can kickstart the proper work of governance. Yeah. The people at the helm of the affairs needs to start working. Yeah. All right. Now let's just extract the first paragraph. See what the first paragraph of that story it's saying. It says the nationwide strike looms as the agreement between the federal government and Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) on the implementation of measures to cushion the effects of petrol subsidy removal is currently threatened. All right. Let's just go further and extract more for you, but let this agreement be reached so that we'll move forward. There won't be more distraction. All right. Now, this one is saying, another headline is saying, we will adopt principle of reciprocity in issuance of visas to foreigners. FG is saying we'll adopt principle of reciprocity in issuance of visas to foreigners. FG. All right, let's see what the first paragraph of that story is saying. It says the federal government said yesterday that henceforth the country would adopt the principle of reciprocity in the issuance of visas to foreigners who come into the country. It says, by this, the government said it will treat foreigners seeking Nigerian visas the way Nigerians were treated by the respective countries. Right. Sounds like a reprisal attack or something. Okay, let's see how it goes. But let's hope we're better for it. Of course, this is the largest economy in Africa, no doubt about that. The population speaks so well of any business. It does so well to any business whatsoever. Because we have the population, and then definitely the world still needs us because things that they know. Of course, the foreigners know that they can actually take advantage of our population to sell their products in large numbers. So, and they need us. So, then why are you treating our people so badly in your land? And then government wants to be doing the same thing to those foreign countries that treats Nigeria badly because they are treating our people badly. All right. I think if he can work and he can bring back some sanity and he can bring back some respect to Nigerian passports, is actually a good way to go. All right. Now, let's leave it at that and move straight to this one that says chaos in Ilorin as prisons balls kills 4. Injures many. What happened? Okay. Let's see what the first paragraph of that story is saying this morning. It says there was pandemonium in Ilorin, Kwara State yesterday. All right, sorry about that. As 4 people were feared dead and many injured when a vehicle conveying inmates to court and belonging to the Nigerian Prison Service (NPS) was involved in an accident. Wow, that's a very bad story right there. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. All right. Let's leave it at that and move straight to this one that says is on Kaduna. It says 80% citizens in poverty is inimical to security. 80% citizen in poverty is inimical to security. That's Obasani, the governor of Kaduna State. That's what he's saying this morning. Poverty, it's adding up to the a high rise in the in criminalities. Okay, now of course it's acceptable. It's a good argument right there. Now let's just take one more from another national daily, and then we anchor that right there. Let's go straight to the Nation newspaper and extract more for you. This one says Atiku will be versus Tinubu. Legal fireworks on Monday. Okay. Let's see. It says the first paragraph of that story, it says of course the headline of the story says Atiku will be versus Tinubu, Lego fireworks on Monday. It says, the first paragraph of that story is saying the Supreme Court will on Monday hear the appeals by Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi challenging the affirmation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory in the February's 25th poll. Right? That's how far we can go. Our time is actually fast spent, so we have to head straight to the discussion segments where Mr. Simon Salami is patiently waiting to do justice to some of these headlining stories that we just read out to you. Now, Mr. Simon Salami is a seasoned and respected, well sought-after journalist. This is because of his frank, cerebral, robust, incisive but patriotic approach to dissecting national issues. Mr. Simon Salami, good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Mr. Ekene, the only Ekene we know.
Okay, all right. There are other Ekenes too. So well, now let's get to it. We have a lot to talk about this morning, Mr. Simon Salami. It's quite saddening that government and Nigeria Labour Congress seems not to find a document for all the all the things that we expected of them, maybe from the government or maybe from the NLC, but we don't know where this problem is actually coming from. But it seems as if there is no agreement at the moment.
Well, the only Ekene in the media, we really want peace in this country. But we are not asking for the peace of the graveyard. We are only seeking the cooperation of the NLC and the federal government on issues, especially as it relates to the removal of the oil subsidy and the prevailing hardship in the land. Citizen FM is very passionate about the welfare and well-being of Nigerians. And perhaps this explains why the management of the station visited NLC yesterday and met with Mr. Benson, who said that the president is out of the country as we speak, but will come to the station to speak with Nigerians and tell Nigerians precisely where we are as regards the MOU signed by the NLC and the federal government. From the look of things, the NLC is showing good faith, and the NLC is, as it is, really trying to ensure that the government is responsive and responsible to the yearnings of Nigerians. That is what NLC is doing. Don't forget that the NLC gave the federal government a 30 days grace when they met the last time. And we have been drumming it to the ears of the federal government that 30 days will soon pass. 30 days is not 30 years. It's not even 30 months. And within the twinkle of an eyelid, before you bet an eyelid, you discover that the 30 days is gone. And they have served notice that this time around, they will not give any notice and that they will go on strike. Well, it is still time for the federal government to fulfill and respect the terms of the agreement reached with the NLC. This is in the best interest of Nigerians. We need not reiterate that the hardship in the land is much. It's really much. And the government should be seen to be responsive and responsible. We all heard what happened at the National Assembly. How they would share vehicles worth over 160 million per member. If they are quick to do that, which they have justified as a working tool, that is a matter for another day on this station. What we are saying is this: whatever agreement the federal government has reached with the NLC should please be respected and be implemented. This is the right way to go. And there is no time. Let them do it now.
All right, let them do it now. That's the word of Mr. Salmon Salami. And Mr. Salmon Salami is a seasoned and respected, well sought after journalist. This is because of his frank, cerebral, robust, incisive, but patriotic approach to dissecting national issues. All right, we have to discuss further, and right here we have this one that the nation hates so much. That's a queue at the petrol stations. Nigerians are beginning to witness this once again, and the questions on the lips of every Nigerian at the moment is that the fuel is quite expensive, and they are still crying for the hike in the price of the products. Now there is scarcity of the product as well, so it's just like a double jeopardy. How will you assess this development?
We have summarized everything. It is double jeopardy. It is expensive. It is not available. It is not affordable. And this is the kernel of the disagreement between NLC and the federal government. Because essentially, the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, and the TUC, what essentially they are saying is that the removal of the oil subsidy and the concomitant hardship that it has caused, what are we going to do about it? Yes, the federal government has said that there's no going back on the removal of the oil subsidy. But then what are we going to do to cushion the effect, perhaps, or what we will call the unintended consequence of this removal? We have seen now that almost every part of the country now, there is a shortage of the premium spirit, popularly known as
PMS, premium motor spirit.
Motor spirit, popularly known as petrol. We cannot continue like this. We just cannot continue like this because Nigerians are already feeling the hardship. And the president keeps on telling us that he feels our pain, and we believe he does. But it should not end there. Let Mr. President do something, and do it fast.
All right, let Mr. President do something and do it fast. And then a lot of people will still be asking this question as regards to the year is actually winding down, and a lot of promises. Dangote refineries projected to start being operational, maybe to come into operation in August. But as we speak, it's not operational, and we have this. The year is still winding down, and we're told that the Port Harcourt refinery will become operational from December. We are almost getting to December as well, so let's see what happens. And you know that if this refineries begins to work, a lot of things will definitely change as regards to the price of the products, and then the scarcity thereof as well. So let's just leave it at that. Let's see what happens. But if I'm a concerned Nigerian, and a lot of people are beginning to feel like these promises of these refineries coming into operation, somehow people are saying that it might not happen this year.
No. I don't believe that.
That's what people are saying.
Well, people are already...
If we are promised that Dangote will start working by August and it's not working, so what about...
The federal government via the Mr. President, and I want to believe that Nigerians still believe the Mr. President. They believe his words. They believe that Mr. President will keep his words. He said December. We are still in October. This is not December.
Dangote refineries?
The Dangote refinery... It is a private concern, it's not government concern, but we believe that somehow there will be fuel. The federal government, we believe, is hearing what we are saying. And we want to believe the federal government because it is better for Nigerians to believe their government. It is when we believe the government that can be well with us. We should not be skeptic all the time. Let us give them the benefit of the doubt, and let us believe that the government will walk the talk. We very much believe the government will do what they have said, and the refinery, as promised, will come into operation in December. Let us invest some trust in our government, please.
All right, let us trust our government. That's the word of Mr. Samuel Salami this morning. Now let's move away from that particular headlining story right there. This one says Okada riders shun government's ban, return to restricted Lagos route. There's a need for this kind of decisions sometimes if it happens, but then it's another story if the citizens are not respecting the authority in place. Maybe what's your assessment of this development?
Well, I have always been saying it that there must be somebody in control. We need to know that there is government. If the government says do not do this, and it is taken to the House of Assembly and it is passed as a law has become a law until it is revisited or amended. We would not like to see a situation, the Obasian state, where life is short, brutish, and nasty. there is government in place, and I believe Sanwo-Olu means well. If he says there should not be Okada riding along some route, the good thing is please respect it, because government has everything to enforce whatever decision they have taken, and I want to believe it is in the best interest of the country. Of course, we know that the insecurity in the land is such that the so-called criminals, quite many of them, they use this Okada to perpetrate crime and get away quick. It's their best way of doing it. And if the government feels that there is need to checkmate them, please let us hearken to the voice of the government and avoid the unpalatable repercussion or the punishment that
because there must be a reason to that.
Yes, there must be a reason for the government. Of course, the government came out to say that, look, so route, we do not want Okada riders to ply this route. And they have good reasons to say that. It's all in the furtherance of securing the people. And of course, we know that the primary function of government is securing life and property.
All right, so securing lives and properties of the people. Now, we have this one. We just want to touch it a little bit. Let's just delve into it. It says Supreme Court begins articles appeal against Tinubu on Monday. What's your assessment of this development?
This is very good. It is a good development, and this is how we can deepen our democracy. It is good for the democracy, and it is good for the government too. Why? If we now resort to the civilized ways of resolving conflict, it only means that Nigerians are now appreciating the beauty of democracy and the beauty of the tiers of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. We should, as a matter of necessity, believe in the sanctity of the judiciary and the judges. We should not mock them. We should believe them. And we should always know that as learned men who are versed in the interpretation of laws, they will always interpret the laws as it is. Let us avoid beer parlor discussion and armchair columnists. Do not let us berate our judiciary. Let us have faith in our judiciary, and let us know that they will preside over the matter and do justice.
All right. Let's hope it happens that way. Justice is actually what every Nigerian is yearning for. But this particular headline story is saying this one concerns the future of people, the younger generation. It says the pupils battle leaking roof, reptiles in Ogun Public School. It's not a good story. We just have to touch it. What's your assessment?
It is really, really sad that in this 21st century, we are still talking of leaking roofs, we are still talking of reptiles, we are still talking about infrastructure as it regards education. We must invest in education. The way to go is to invest heavily in education. And of course, if we fail to do so, it only means we are jeopardizing the future of the so-called future leaders, forgetting that the so-called future starts from today. It is even sadder, the more, to note that this type of unaccepted infrastructural this thing is happening in Ogun State. Ogun State that is acknowledged and acclaimed to be the bastion of education in Nigeria. It is sad. Not only in terms of accommodations, infrastructure as regards school. even in the performance in examinations.
Sorry, Mr. Salami, please hold it right there in that line of thought. Let's just open up our phone lines. Please call us, make your contributions as well, be part of the conversation. It's that time that you can lend your voice in as regards to some of these headlining stories that we just read out. So call us on our line 081 822 22205. I call it again 081 822 22205. Or you call us on our other line 090 32 22 9797. I call it again 090 32 22 9797. Let's take the first caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother. Citizen Oluwabusayo is calling from.
Citizen Oluwabusayo, good morning, sir. How you doing?
We thank God, sir.
Well done. Please go ahead.
Thank you to your guest.
Thank you.
The problem is what you have in Nigeria. Your guest already said it, and you two have already said it. We masses, we citizens, we have already even misplaced our priorities. If people can go out and demonstrate for the death of Mohbad, and we cannot even do anything for the legislator buying a car that won 160 million in a country that is borrowing, and we leave all these issues, we're talking about personality. This person is this thing, this person is this thing. That's how we talk about certificate of PMB for the 8 years. It come and go, and nothing. Instead of demanding the reality and talk of reality, but I can see that nobody even talk about this thing much, except we are saying it. If it is true, all the masses, all the people that voted for this thing, they have to voice out and tell them, is it true? In this type of economy, you are getting this type of vehicle. But unfortunately, we divert our attention. We talk about each individual and personality. Look at what you are facing. Are we really saying it to the hearing of them like that? So already you are saying it, but are we really serious about it? That's what I look at the masses of Nigeria. I'm telling you, sir. If it is the reality, every constituency is supposed to have called their representative. Is it true that you are getting this type of vehicle? May God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Citizen Oluwabusayo. Thanks so very much. We can still be a part of the conversation. Call us on our line 081 822 22205. All right, I'll call it again 081 822 22205. All right, now continuing that line of thought.
Let me quickly mention that at Citizen FM, we will ensure that we get to the root of this SUV issue. We will look at it objectively. No doubt about that. They need operational vehicles. But we will look at the cost.
In the tune of 160 million.
Let us still look at it as journalists and have facts that truly each costs 160 million. When we are sure that that is that, we will know what to do. But let us say the truth. The lawmakers need a working tool. No doubt about that. But the urgency and the attention they gave to their own, they should give it to what concerns the masses as well. Because the people who voted them into power, they are the custodian of the power.
Do you know the population that forms these present lawmakers? The population is a large sum when you combine the Senate and the representatives. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. That's the resource person in the studio.
Good morning, my brother.
Jumat Mubarak to all the Muslim brothers and sisters in Nigeria and all over the world. Quickly, I think I agree to Citizen Oluwabusayo. You see, in that line of thought, I've been wondering within myself that since 1999, Nigeria has been complaining about what we call it, cost of governance should be reduced, and it keep increasing, and our economy keep dilapidating. I don't even understand. See, I so much line the line of thought of Oluwabusayo when he said that Nigeria can even go out to protest because of Mohbad, and we cannot even protest. You see, let me tell you this thing. And some people are not even taking this thing as an APC agenda. I just laugh because I listen to so many other radio stations. They say, hey, this government, this APC government, this is and that. And so I said, 16 years PDP, is it not the same thing we have been talking, we have been complaining? Why is it now becoming APC thing? See, until we are holistic enough to tackle our problem and tell the government whatever, whether a PDP or APC or Labour Party or whatever. Because I even learned that the Labour Party was even telling their representative House of this thing that they should reject. I said, have we ever seen where the House rejected that? Okay, they wanted to put food in our mouth, we don't want it. I don't even see it happening. I don't see it happening. I think it is high time Nigeria should stand up, because if that is the law, people even give us the power that if your representative is not doing well, you can recall that person. Have we ever seen it in Nigeria? But all we focus our attention is bamboozling Mr. President. It seems Mr. President is the owner of Nigeria. Thank you. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Clement. Thank you for the contribution. The one that actually caught my attention was the one that concerns the issue of I don't know. Let's just pick this caller. I have this particular thing. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Citizen Oluwabusayo is calling back.
Citizen Oluwabusayo, please go ahead.
Please, my regard to you, and if I can get Clement number, I will appreciate it. It's my friend, but I've lost the number since. Always on point. And you know, until when we do restructuring, I even expect Nigeria, former president say, give autonomy to local government. He didn't do it, and we keep quiet. And the focus mainly of many Nigeria and many radio stations that do not citizen FM is to focus on Mr. President. And President is doing his own right by collecting revenue and shares to the state, which is in our constitution. And it is the right of Mr. President to share that allocation, but it's not in our constitution for Mr. President to ask any state governor how do we spend it. And we are continuing bombarding the president. We continue focus on the federal. I think the media, Nigeria, orientation should be given to many Nigeria. Many media need to be informed. They should leave hatred apart. We should be informed because, my brother, my citizen is my radio, and I also focus on it. But many radio in Nigeria, they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Citizen Oluwabusayo. Okay.
Mr. Citizen Oluwabusayo, thank you very much for singling out Citizen FM and for appreciating us. We know that the government, especially this very government, is very responsive and responsible to the yearnings of Nigerians. If you look at the newspapers yesterday, you will see the publication of the allocation, federal allocation, as it was shared last month to this federal government, to the states and the local government. So it is now visible and audible to whoever cares to look at what goes or what their local government collected and ask necessary questions. Honestly, we should hold government accountable to the people. And we are the ones who can do this. If we can, as you said, come out in mass to protest the death of Mohbad, which I don't see anything bad in that if it was killed or eliminated unjustly. There's nothing bad in that. But more than that, we should take ownership of our country by asking the government the necessary questions. The power, the ultimate power belongs to the people. And the people should know that power belongs to them and that the government is just exercising this power in trust. They don't own the power.
All right.
Power belongs to the people.
Power belongs to the people. Yeah, actually, what I wanted to tell you that time before that call came in was the issue of other parties rejecting that particular offer. 160 million Labour Party or maybe PDP.
No party has rejected anything. As we speak, no party has rejected anything. And is it not funny that even the so-called parties that are saying that they have not come out openly as at yesterday to say that no, as regards our own party, and to show Nigerians that we really mean what we are saying. We are not party to this. We have not heard that. We are waiting, and it will be good news to our ears.
All right. If the protest, whatever, can start from the floors of the National Assembly, that's what Ms. Samuel Salami is saying. Let there be that rejection from other lawmakers right there at the National Assembly. Come out and say, no, we are rejecting this particular 160 million naira operational car or whatever it's called. I think it will send a very a positive signal to us as citizens. All right, thank you very much for being a part of this morning show. Want to thank you most profoundly. Want to thank all the Super Citizen listeners. Want to thank you as well for starting the show from the beginning and to the end. Thank you so very much, and enjoy your weekend. Want to say, okay, Mr. Samuel Salam, you might have one or two things to say.
I just want to appreciate our Super Citizen listeners and to tell them that we shall be here for you, because Citizen FM is for the citizen.
All right, thank you so very much. My name is Ekene Ezebue. Enjoy your weekend, and bye for now.